Well, before when I was much younger, you know, if there was a scrap happening, it was always a one-on-one, and you know, when one guy had had enough, the other guy would usually help him up, and game over, buy him a drink, and it's over and done with. Today it seems to be, you know, 6-on-1, knock them down, kick the heck out of them, and leave them laying there, and don't even help them up.
I've been on Granville Street for the past 6 years bartending, and I've been in the night scene for about 12 years. I'm 30 years old now. I've noticed quite a dramatic change. So things have somehow gotten a lot more harsh very quickly, and I'm not really sure why that is. And as a matter of fact, it actually happened to me. Two of them came up to me and said some sort of smart comment, and of course I said something smart back, and I didn't even have a chance to get off my bar stool. And at one point I felt like I was gonna die. I managed to get into a deep freeze and lock myself in while they banged on the door with a fire extinguisher trying to get me out and finishing me off.
I avoid Granville Street at nighttime. It's not really a place to go unless you want to get into a fight or unless you want to get hit on. I heard a lot about it.
And within seconds, some guy punched me in the face.
You know, I've been walking down the street with my boyfriend, and I've had guys, you know, try to pick fights with him by just saying remarks to me and getting in their face.
That was bad. I got stitches on my eye. I must have cracked a rib. I had bruises all over my core. One guy came up to me and it, like, out of nowhere just tripped me, and instantly, like a pack of wolves, they just came over. Like, no one wants to kick first, and I'm on the ground and like all huddled, and one person kind of walks over and kicks you, and then the other guy's all nervous, then he kind of kicks you, and they start making fun of each other, and then they all start kind of going at you, and then a cruiser came by and put on his lights, and boom, it was intense.
Dislocated shoulder, chipped shoulder, cut behind my ear. I had a cut across the bridge of my nose, a black eye, bruising on my body. And upon leaving the bar, I was struck from behind, and I was knocked out cold, and 4 fellows proceeded to kick me several times. 11 people phoned 911. The videotapes are, with their experience, are usually a very, very bad quality. Grainy is the word they used. He said the reality is 4 or 6 or 8 Asian males, black hair, he said, mixed with a grainy videotape. He said the reality of a conviction is very slim.
There was a man who had been sitting there with a beer in his hand. This guy was a fair size, and he congratulated me on how well I did fighting off these 4 or 5 guys minimum, and that I did quite well for those odds. Those guys managed to get their story straight. The judge believed me. He said in his own words, "I believe you, Mark. I believe you're telling the truth. However, we're going to have to let them off."
We had 4 weekends where we shut the mall down completely in about a 4-block area. It worked really well, that we found people had more space to walk. There was a higher visibility of police officers.
On those nights, I do feel the most safe. There's not so much left up to chance. Even when you're seeing groups of gangs walking, it's like having the teacher in the playground when you're playing at recess. It's the same feeling. You just feel better.
There's a great cost benefit, and that's what we're trying to tell the people that hold the purse strings, that it would be very worthwhile if we could implement this all the time.
I think closing it off would be a great idea. I think most people would probably maybe enjoy it more, and maybe it would draw a different crowd. We do all have a responsibility, and I would like to think that if I saw something that is going on that isn't right, that I would jump in and do my part. But then at the same time, if we could all do our part in the beginning before these problems show up, and all work on including everybody and being nice and maybe taking care of each other's burdens, then yeah, that'd be really great for sure.
You may not be able to wait for the police, and you may have to step in there, you know, bring some other people that are around you in there and draw attention to it. scream at them, look, the police are coming, stop what you're doing. If that's all that you can do, that's better than nothing.
So we need to start looking out for one another as a community. If you don't watch each other's back, then you're just selfish and you're looking out for yourself.